Hey. I was thinking. So I wanted to come on here and share my thoughts with you. But first, for those who may not know me, I am Andrea D. Campbell. I'm a transformational coach, a consultant, and an author. I love all things ginger. Yes, I do. That is my favorite spice. And I am passionate about bringing more caring into the world. I really believe we have to do a better job if we want to get through this thing called life together and as peaceful as possible, right? It's already hard. So why make it harder for someone else? Why can't we make it easier just by caring about one another? So that is what I'm about. But today I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about. In the past 2 weeks, I've known two people who had succumbed to cancer. One was one of my friend's sister. We had gone to church for some time together, so I did know her personally as well. And the other one was someone who was part of a sorority that neither of us wanted to be a part of, and that is someone who's dealing or dealt with breast cancer. That person, she had been going through cancer as long as I've known her. I probably have known her for 7 years or so. I don't even remember how we met, but we were connected on Facebook. And when I saw her, it was nothing but love. But both of these people were young, relatively young, 60 years old. And I was just thinking about how their loved ones, will have those memories of them forever because that's all they have at this point. And I was thinking about the legacy, what they left behind, how they made people feel when they came in contact with them, the people whose lives they touched. Like, I'm big on legacy. I know I probably do a lot of talking about legacy, but it's because we only get this one chance to get this thing called life right. And how we show up is how we will be remembered. And so I know for me, I am very intentional about how I show up to other people and how I show up to the world, because I recognize that every life that I touch, every person I come in contact with is part of my legacy. Last week, I was sitting at home watching a YouTube stream of the celebration of life for David A. Arnold. If you don't know who he is, he was a comedian out in Hollywood. He was a writer. He was a producer of a show. He was someone who had been in the business for 25 years. And for the first time, his name was now being known to a lot more people. He had two Netflix specials, or have two Netflix specials. And his life was just taken like that. He passed away last year at the age of 54. He had a heart condition that he did not know, and he just died. And it was a very sad time. I didn't know him prior. Well, I knew of him because he's from Cleveland, but it wasn't until January of 2020. I was in Atlanta going to see Oprah, and he was doing a comedy show there. And I went to see him, and he was so funny that I started following him on Instagram. I wasn't a big Instagrammer at this point. And I decided to follow him. And I tell you, during the pandemic, he helped save me. He would post videos about him, his wife, and his two daughters. And it was just so wholesome, so fun and funny. And so when he passed away, I truly felt like the world just got dimmer. His bright light was gone. But the thing that isn't gone I should say the things that aren't gone are the videos that he left behind, the lives that he touched and made better just by being him and doing what he was purposed to do. And so when I was thinking about that and thinking about the two friends that had passed away, I said, you know what? I need to talk about legacy a little bit more. I do it all the time anyway, but I want to remind you that your legacy is being created in this moment. In this moment, how you show up is how you will be remembered. A lot of times we just go through life and it becomes routine. We wake up, brush our teeth, take a shower, eat, go to work, come home, eat, go to bed, wake up, and repeat the cycle. Weekend comes and we may change a little bit. And then the next thing you know, Monday is back and we're right back at it. A lot of times people are not alive in their lives. They're just going through the motions. They're just living this pattern. And we really have to interrupt that pattern intentionally. When I think about David A. Arnold, I saw people saying the same things that I was feeling when they were writing comments about him. And I said, the thing that made him loved so much by so many strangers is the fact that we gravitated to the fact that he was alive in his life. He was alive, living his dreams, walking in his purpose. How many of us can say that we're alive in our lives? It reminds me of a quotation by Dr. Howard Thurman, who was a mentor to Dr. Martin Luther King. And he said, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go do that. Because what the world needs is more people to come alive. That's what he said. And I truly believe that. We have to be alive in our lives. Eric Benet, a singer, has a song called Sunshine. And one of the lines says, we've grown so accustomed to life that we're not living at all. We've grown so accustomed to life that we're not living at all. That's not good. So how can you change that? How can you come alive in your life? What step can you take today to make sure that your legacy is intact and that it's going to be exactly what it is that you want it to be? So I just wanted to give you something to think about as I was sitting here thinking about legacy and these people who had succumbed to cancer. But the thing about it is that their lives will live on until the last person who knew them is gone. And so what will people say about you? What will the thoughts be that they have about you when you're gone from this place? How will you have changed the world because you were in it at this time? All righty. Know that I love you, and I will hope to see you soon again. Bye-bye.